Conservatism values tradition, stability, limited government, and free markets. Emphasizes individual responsibility, moral values, and national security. Liberalism champions individual rights, social justice, and equality. Supports government intervention to promote liberty and well-being. Socialism advocates for public ownership of key industries and wealth redistribution to achieve social equality and economic security. Communism, a radical form of socialism aiming for a classless, stateless society with common ownership of resources, often associated with centralized rule and economic planning. Fascism, ultra-nationalistic ideology emphasizing authoritarian rule, strong leadership, and state control over the economy and society. Often promotes militarism and suppression of dissent. Libertarianism prioritizes individual freedom and minimal government intervention in personal and economic matters. Values self-reliance and limited regulation. Anarchism opposes all forms of hierarchical rule and advocates for decentralized, self-governing communities. Green politics focuses on environmental sustainability and social justice, promoting ecological policies and combating climate change. Feminism advocates for gender equality and women's rights in various spheres like politics, economics, and social relations. Nationalism emphasizes national identity, unity, and interests, sometimes with a protectionist or even exclusionary bent. Populism appeals to the interests of the people against elites and establishment powers, often using nationalist or anti-establishment rhetoric. Monarchy, system of government with a hereditary ruler as head of state, ranging from absolute to constitutional monarchies with varying degrees of power. Autonomy, advocacy for self-governance within a larger political entity, often seeking cultural or political independence for a specific region or group. Direct democracy emphasizes citizen participation in decision-making through assemblies, referendums, and recall votes. Technocracy, governance by experts or specialists based on scientific knowledge and efficiency, prioritizing technical solutions over political considerations. Environmentalism, broader focus on environmental protection and conservation beyond strictly political ideologies, encompassing various perspectives on managing human-environment interactions. Pacifism opposes all forms of violence and war, advocating for peaceful conflict resolution and disarmament. Humanism emphasizes human values, rationality, and individual potential, often aligning with secularism and scientific inquiry. Secularism, separation of religion and state, promoting religious freedom and neutrality in public policy. Multiculturalism, values and promotes cultural diversity and coexistence within a society, respecting distinct cultural identities and practices. Communitarianism emphasizes the importance of community and social bonds, advocating for shared responsibility and collective well-being. Universalism promotes universal values and rights applicable to all individuals, regardless of their nationality, ethnicity, or background. Cosmopolitanism focuses on global interconnectedness and shared human responsibilities, advocating for international cooperation and global governance. Pragmatism prioritizes practical solutions and effectiveness over strict adherence to ideology, adapting approaches based on context and evidence. Distributism promotes a fairer distribution of property and wealth through mechanisms like worker cooperatives and land ownership for all. Geopolitics analyzes the influence of geography and power dynamics on international relations and conflict. Biopolitics examines the intersection of politics, power, and biological life, focusing on issues like population control, genetics, and healthcare. Transhumanism advocates for the use of technology to enhance human capabilities and potentially overcome biological limitations. Cyberlibertarianism promotes freedom and minimal regulation in the online world, advocating for decentralized networks and digital privacy. Ecofeminism connects environmentalism with feminism, advocating for solutions to ecological and gender injustices that recognize their interconnectedness. Animal liberation focuses on animal rights and welfare, opposing animal exploitation and advocating for their ethical treatment. Anti-colonialism opposes colonialism and imperialism, advocating for self-determination and independence for formerly colonized nations and peoples. Postcolonialism analyzes the ongoing effects of colonialism on former colonies and critiques Western dominance in global politics and culture, Anti-racism, advocates for dismantling systemic racism and promoting racial justice and equality in all spheres of life. Anti-fascism, opposes all forms of fascism and authoritarianism, promoting human rights, democracy, and social justice.